Oh, wait, that's us. Hey, everybody. Hello and welcome to Project Talk with James and Glenn, your favorite 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Sunday live stream. God, it feels like forever since we've done this. I mean, I realized it was 2 weeks ago.
Is
I
there a
realized it
project
was
bug?
2 weeks ago, and then that was a short stream, right? Didn't we only do an hour 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, and it's because you didn't want to miss two in a row.
Yeah, and then was that Halloween? God, I don't even remember. Like, it's just been so crazy. So, but yeah, I absolutely couldn't be here last week because of Orlando Maker Faire, and we will talk all about that through the next 2 hours. I have some fun stories to tell, some that I'm
Fun
probably
King
not
stories?
supposed to, but I'm going to tell anyway. Coke Zero G. So I'm so out of practice. I'm Glenn from Fun King 3D, if you don't know that. And with me, of course, as always, is my brother from another mother, James from Print and Play. Or Print and Play Retrospective.
Why not both?
Sure.
Why
Well, I
not
mean,
neither?
everybody says I look like that guy from Everybody says I look like that guy from I just can't do it. Fun King Garage.
Sorry, I'll be back in a second. Somebody just rang our doorbell, and I don't think Kay heard it.
Dude, you got to take the camera with for stuff like this.
I'm
going to run down the chat right quick. There is like 4,000 people watching right now.
4,001.
Sadly, no. There's only 10 of you in here for some reason. Makes me sad. But anyway,
Our spot's probably been usurped since we've been gone for so long.
What's that?
Our spot's probably been usurped by somebody else since we've been gone for so long.
Probably. It's such a good spot. But Builder's Mark was first, so he gets bragging rights today. Alan Osborne is here. Although that Fun King Garage guy chimed in there. Ollie is here. That Print and Play Retrospective guy also chimed in. Nadav, Scott McClellan. Hello, Scott. Uncle Ron is here. I don't want to double up on anybody. Bob Carnes, Alan King, Tony Ryan, Mitch, 3D. I think that is everybody.
I think I'm going to change my name to Wilson this week. What do you think?
Oh, that works. That works.
Well, how do you, neighborino?
Tony Ryan said, I don't see the FK-1. There it is. I could do this way. That way people don't have to look at me.
That's fair.
All right. So let's touch on the FK-1 because that is what my plans are for today, is to touch on the FK-1. But Lars sneaking in here. Hello, Lars. Was that the Amazon guy?
I don't think I was supposed to open what I just opened. Yeah, It was from Amazon, but I think it might be part of a Christmas gift.
Mitch said you shrunk the FK-1. No, it is still that big in all her glory. Here's my Benji. There's the FK-1.
Bam. Builder's Mark with a $10 donation. Stream sponsored by Jolt Cola, the drink to really wake you up.
Oh, look at that. Mark throwing down the $10 Renos. My Streamlabs isn't loading. I'm going to close it and try reopening it. Otherwise, sorry, Stream Labels, not Streamlabs. And maybe there it goes. All right, perfect. So all future donations will ring the bell. Drop the mic and walk away. Thank you, Mark, for that $10 US. It is always greatly appreciated. You know, you guys have been so amazing. And I say guys, I know it's a general term talking to everybody out there. You've all been so amazing. You've been so amazing that I have to file taxes this year for my YouTube.
You know what they say, sucks to suck.
Yeah, I got the notification on that, and I'm like, oh. And what really stinks about it is my accountant, who I've been using now for a long time, 15, 20 years, retired. He will not be available this year, so I have to find a new accountant. I got sidetracked. I knew I was working on banners, and then I couldn't. I'm gonna have to start deleting some of these banners out of here for people who don't donate anymore. Cheapies. So back to the FK-1. I know I'm all over the place today. I drank 2 cans of Coke Zero right before the stream started, and now this is my third one. So here comes the caffeine.
I've probably had 3 or 4 today, but I'm on the caffeine-free stuff right now.
I can't. It gives me headaches if I don't have the caffeine, even though caffeine actually causes you to be more dehydrated. So
I definitely had to wean my way down. If I go back onto the caffeinated stuff for a while, then it takes me time to adjust to the non-caffeine stuff again. But why is this? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, Fusion 360 is now showing.
Derek, well, he's probably on his way home now, but Derek was in Florida this weekend, and I should have made a better attempt at getting over to the Freedom Factory to watch the race and see all of them, but I didn't. I had Christmas lights to install.
It's a bright idea.
Hmm?
That's a bright idea.
Well, it's going to be. Uncle Ron said, was that Benchy printed at 10% on your Prusa to make the FK-1 look large? Yes. That's my trick.
It's the magic trick. My wife has requested that I design her dividers for our Christmas ornament box because we had cardboard ones, and after 3 years, they've like bent and flexed and are not very stable anymore. And I'm probably just gonna wing it because I don't have my calipers with me.
So, you don't have what?
My calipers with me.
Well,
so I looked. Go ahead.
I'm glad that you brought up calipers because one of the things I wanted to talk about today, and that was completely unplanned, by the way. James just mentioned calipers. I bought this calipers. Well, not this one, but one just like it sometime back. And it's relatively cheap. I think it's on sale for about $25 right now. But I had it out in the garage. I've been using one up here that is actually a Cobalt from the Lowe's, from the big blue box store. And this one is the one that I use out in the garage. And I found out, for you Imperial people like me, oh, how about if we do that? Oh, how's that, Uncle Ron? Is that better? For you Imperial people, this one does metric and standard, but it actually will do standard in fractions. I can't really show you because I don't have a close-up camera right now. But
mine does that too, I think.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my Cobalt one doesn't. And, for automotive stuff, that's so fantastic for finding proper drill bits and that kind of stuff. So I did want to give these guys a shout out. I bought a second one. I now own 2 of these. And I'll throw up a link in just a moment so that you too can go and buy one, and I can absorb all of your affiliation money. But no, seriously, mad props. I own quite a bit of stuff from this. It's Rex Betty, REXBETI. Their stuff is pretty decent. I have a toolkit, in fact, right here from the same company. I want to say that was about $35, and that's like, it's a whole set of wrenches and a hammer and stuff that you'd need around the house when you don't want to run all the way out to your large detached garage. So my point to you, James, is you need more than one caliper. So that
I do have several. Only one of them has working batteries in them at the moment.
Well, this one from Rex Betty actually comes with batteries installed and an additional battery.
Well, that's fancy.
And a little screwdriver for when it goes dead. And then this one, Tony Ryan, not a sponsor. No, they're not. They're really not a sponsor. I bought that on my own free will. Though, if you're listening, Rex Betty, I would totally take your sponsorship. There's two different versions of it. It's like $2 difference, I think. But one is got IP54 waterproof standard, and the other one isn't. I don't know why you need your caliper to be waterproof, but if you do, it is.
And it's why not? Really, why not?
What is going on? Oh, that's what's going on.
Oh boy.
The Amazon has signed me out. Alan said, oh no, Ollie said, I printed a new battery cover for my digital calipers. I would have just bought a new caliper. I wouldn't do that way. Alan King said, for when you drop it in the sump. Uncle Ron said, in case you need to measure things in the shower. Tony Ryan said my video is freezing.
Yes, it is. I did notice that. I thought it might have been me. You should probably just leave it until after the stream because that computer's been notoriously bad for. Right? That's
not in a long time. That was a power supply problem that I was having. It does say that my connection is unstable. And if I'm on Wi-Fi, I should try plugging into a router, but I'm not on Wi-Fi. I wonder if it's a StreamYard issue. I'm going to run some speed tests.
I feel like I'm going to have hammered this out much quicker than anticipated, and the rest of the stream is just going to be staring at the camera.
23 millisecond ping. With a download speed of about 400 megabits.
And it's only asking chat. It's only Glenn's side, right? Because I was checking to see if it's a Streamlabs upload problem to YouTube. But if it's just you,
oh yeah, my upload speed is in the toilet. Wow, I'm only getting like 2 megabits. Wow. All right. So it is something to do with. Hey, Xander, are you in the middle of something?
Yeah. No, I mean, I can pause it.
Can you run speedtest.net real quick and see what you're getting? This is my clever way of teaching Xander IT things. Speedtest.net.
Speedtest.net. So Kay was feeling a little bummed out because there's a place she likes to go to on the other side of the border on the Ontario-Quebec border called...
The Ontario what border?
The Ontario-Quebec border.
What was that? Ontario what?
Yeah. Is there a way that you prefer we pronounce it? Quebec? Quebec?
Quebec? You said your download is good, but your upload is garbage? Oh. All right, so it's not this machine. It is my entire internet connection. Thanks, Comcast.
Might be time to go reboot your router.
Yeah.
Of course, there's always a chance it just doesn't come back up. I've legitimately had situations where like they were having line issues, and I went to do a reboot, but I was like reading complaints, and they're like, people like under no circumstances should you reboot. It's currently good enough to like maintain a crappy connection, but it's not good enough to handle negotiation if you reboot your stuff. So people are like, I'm going to make it better. Unplug and plug it back in, and it just doesn't come back up. That was on DSL though. That was years ago on probably Simpatico. I don't know, Bell Canada's offering. And
I think the way StreamYard is that I can actually drop out of StreamYard
yep,
and you'll stay running,
and it'll just become the James show.
and then I can reboot everything and come back.
Hopefully.
Is it worth taking a try? How bad is it?
I mean, like, your audio is holding fine. The video is, so you momentarily freeze, and then after a second or two, it unfreezes, but it's pixelated, and then a few seconds later, it clears up. So it seems like it's missing packets to me. I don't mind if you want to try it, though. I mean, I can.
I mean, worst case scenario, if it fails, I can reset up the stream and we can just start a new stream. I mean, everybody knows how to find us. Wouldn't be that difficult. But first, I need to continue shilling things off of Amazon. That's what I was in the middle of. So I'm going to go ahead and post this link into the chat, and while I'm gone, everybody go buy one of these.
Post haste.
No, seriously, my thought was, and that is an affiliate link, yada yada yada. I do really, in fact, I got Sean to buy one of those too, so that he would leave mine alone. No, if you're in the market for a caliper, it's a decent one for a good price. So, all right, I guess this is going to be weird, but I'm going to bug out for a few minutes.
Get ready for James Talk starring James and James.
Tony said I'm about as watchable as I ever am.
It's not hindering you, but it's not hurting you either.
Tony's going in for a 600-second timeout. No, I'm just kidding. All right,
yeah, wait till you get back to timeout so you can savor it too.
This is weird, but I'm out. I'll be back.
Guess I'll monitor chat. Yes, we are at the turning it on and off stage. I'm going to just quickly finish the fillet on these, because with my luck, I'll forget that I was 3/4 of the way through clicking on all the little tines, and then we'll get going. I have a mechanical thing to talk about today when Glenn gets back, but he's not the only one with. Well, okay, so he is the only one with a garage, because like I don't actually have a garage in my house, but he's not the only one that can talk about garage things. So there, that looks pretty good. So the whole idea is these will snap together and slide into each other, and you can make compartments of whatever size you want. And geez, how long have we been doing this stream? Does he put the episode number on here? Number 23, and we do it weekly, so I don't know, half a year. But that's just since the name change, I think. I think he reset the count, so I don't know, 12 years. I mean, maybe there is a way. That's the thing. I know enough about Fusion 360 to be dangerous. I can hammer my way through a project, but there has been many a time where somebody says to me, why don't you just do blah? And I go, because I didn't know about blah. And I was just doing it using what I know. And that's the way I roll with it. But yes, I know enough about Fusion 360 to be dangerous. I've definitely helped a lot of people get started, but I've definitely run into people that I helped get started that are now better at it than I am. So since a million years BC. You guys wouldn't realize we've been doing it that long, though, because we actually started doing it before the internet. So it was literally just us sitting inside of stone, or sitting in front of stones cut to kind of look like computers. So nobody actually got to watch that. I mean, I in general just wish I had a belt printer. Sometimes, I don't know. I've got my Prusa Mark III. I've got a couple CR10s. I have a resin printer that doesn't see much use because I don't do a lot of stuff targeted at resin, and I think Kay bought me the Prusa Mini for Christmas, and I'm playing with the idea of putting a down payment on the Prusa XL. So I don't know if any of you guys have put down payments on them. It's always hard to say. Like every time something shiny comes along, I'm like, ooh, shiny, but I kind of get everything I need done using the stuff that I have. 3D printer was Fred Flintstone. Sorry, instead of ramps, we had Fred Flintstone. He was the one that handled all the movement. Mitch is put down on the XL. I mean, it's bigger than my CR10. It's going to be faster than the CR10 for sure. Print quality should be a lot better because, you know, it's Core XY, so it's not a bed slinger. And Prusa has a fairly decent history of reliability. Yeah, I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to buy myself one, but if I put the down payment now, at least I'm in line. And then if there's stuff that comes out after the fact that I don't find favorable, then I can always cancel the pre-order. Well, I've been rocking XL since like high school because you know burgers are delicious. So my XL predates everybody else's. That's the thing because I printed off a bunch of stuff off of my now granted modified CR10s. They're running V6 hot ends and better cooling, and I mean everything's been replaced at this point. None of my CR10s are running the original boards anymore. But when it comes to print quality, when I showed Kay something printed off the CR10, the Prusa, she can't tell the difference, but the Prusa is just more reliable. And it looks like Glenn is back now.
So it's not a problem on my end. It's somewhere upstream. We've rebooted everything, and the upload is still in the trash. So just gonna have to deal with it, I guess.
Sucks to suck, as they say. I will not be buying or pre-ordering the 5 tool head one. I don't have 30. Like, not that I'm saying it's a bad price for the printer. I just don't have that much expendable income. I don't have enough expendable income for an XL to begin with, but I figure I can save between now and the time it releases. So,
well, all right. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it here publicly. How can you call your printer an XL when it's that small? I'm just saying.
Do you think there's more Prusa XLs in the wild or FK-1s in the wild right now?
I don't know. Well, I think the Amazon's at my door.
Is your FK-1 the only FK-1 in existence right now?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's a good point that you have brought up, and it leads me to something else that I wanted to talk about. And it has nothing to do with the link off of Amazon and me collecting up your affiliates' money. I do want to, I mean, obviously, I want to release the files for the FK-1, but I don't think that I'm ready to just, here it is, because there's still a lot of paperwork and stuff to do, and who's got time for that?
Who has the time?
Yeah, we just can't have anything nice. So I think what I want to do is I want to find like one person who wants to build one, who would be willing to build one. I mean, there's cost involved. I'm not paying for it. And don't ask me how much it is because I don't know. I had awesome sponsors. But I think that, you know, if somebody wanted to build one, I could work with that person to make sure that everything is right and also it would help me with the paperwork side of it. Chris Lane said not it. And it's not like you're doing anything, Chris. Gosh. I mean, step up for once. But no, I mean, and again, you don't have to build it this size. It's scalable. I mean, who wouldn't want it this size? I mean, unless you ever plan to move it in or out of your house. I was really hoping to be printing on that thing by now.
This is inconvenient.
Uncle Ron said, I told you I'd be down. Yeah, but would you? I know that we talked about doing it. You said you were going to buy all of this stuff, and I was going to build it, but I don't have time for that. I got a truck project I'm in the middle of. And then when that truck project's done, I got a car that's got to come in right immediately after it. But if you'd be willing to actually like build it start to finish.
Ollie says maybe if I sell my apartment, I could probably live in the FK-1.
We did talk about having Mitch get in there and lay down, but I didn't want to take a chance of messing anything up.
Eddie Moser's here.
Eddie Moser. Hello, Eddie. Long time no chatty chat.
He's come to waste his time with the Cool Kids Club. I liked it better when I could see things, but cats are very insistent.
Yeah, mine's over here sleeping on the chair next to.
Well, she's old now, and I feel bad giving her the boot.
Yeah, I'd love to show you how, like, so we have these wooden, they're just typical wooden bar stools, and they've been on camera before, like Zach has sat on them and stuff, but what I did was I turned one upside down and I put the other one on top of it and I taped the legs together, and that's what the camera's sitting on to get that angle on the FK-1.
I bought a new tripod downstairs that has a counterweight, so I can like put it all the way up and then like swing the camera over my shoulder and not have to worry about bumping into it, but you have to put a weight hanging off the other side so that it doesn't tip over.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It was an Amazon purchase. It's actually meant to hold light, but it turns out it's rated for I don't know how many kilograms. And so there's an attachment you can add that'll give you a regular camera mount. And I'm using a handheld 4K camera, so it's not like it's a industrial piece of equipment.
Right.
So, okay, you're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna have to ask you to vacate the premises of my chest. She didn't even make it a full step. She's just lying on the couch next to me now, as it should be. So tell us about the Maker Faire.
Oh yeah, I suppose I could do that instead of working on the FK-1 because I can't do two things at once.
Well, okay. Well, I'll keep people occupied while you start getting started on the FK-1 because the crowd has been asking for that for literal years at this point. And like, do we even know for sure that it prints?
Well, it's funny that you say that because I had this discussion with my wife at Orlando Maker Faire. The fact that the rumor is that it doesn't work. Like everybody's always like, when are you going to get that working? And it works fine. It's a little slow, and not because. Shut up. Go back to playing your video games. It's not.
I like the other peg leg pull better.
Did you hear him, Xander?
Wow.
Did you hear James?
No.
He said he likes the other peg leg pull better. But yeah, so there is a nasty rumor that the FK-1 doesn't work, but it absolutely does. And like I don't really care that there's a rumor about it because that means people are talking about it, and that's cool. But I guess I need to spend more time with it, which time is something I don't really have. But I need to spend more time just kind of tuning it up and making it move at the speed that it should. I think that I've got all the settings kind of slow because I'm afraid of damaging it. So Like I don't want it to just like slam into the end stops and whatever. So, but it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. People can keep saying it doesn't work. Works great. So the print that I need to run, which I was going to start a couple of days ago, and then realized that I really haven't played with this thing in so long that I don't remember how to do it. Weirdly enough, but there's a command that I run that levels the bed, like it does the auto tramming 3 times, and then mesh levels out the bed. And I thought I had created a macro for it, and now, like looking in there, I don't see one. So that's kind of what I want to poke at. So keep everybody entertained for a few minutes while I look into this. If I can remember how.
What did everybody get to working on this week? That's the real question. Anybody make anything cool? You all just boring like us?
I made Christmas lights. They're cool.
Yeah, but you do that every year. That's old news.
Yeah, but it's different every year.
I mean, that's what you tell us, but like, always looks the same to me. Every time I have been to your house, it has been the exact same light show.
That's true.
Yeah.
Regardless of the time of year that you've been here.
In fact, if I were to show up there this year, I bet you I would see something that is no different than all the other shows that I've attended. Am I wrong?
No, you're very right.
I'm technically correct, which is the best type of correctness. Also, and without spoiling it, because if anybody's seen it already, I would be very upset if you spoiled it for me. Has anybody seen the new Ghostbusters? Kay and I want to see the new Ghostbusters, but she is still in a bit of a situation where we can't expose her to a bunch of people. So I have rented an entire theater, but it's not until December 5th. But she and I will be able to see it on the big screen as intended.
Listen to you. I rented an entire theater.
I didn't even think it was a thing, and I was talking with some people on the Ghostbusters subreddit, and I was like, I'm gonna be leaving the subreddit and stuff because I don't want anything spoiled. I'm gonna have to wait till the movie comes out for rent, or like streaming or whatever, to see it. And somebody's like, why don't you just see if you can rent the entire theater? Most places offer that, and I thought it was gonna be a ridiculous price, but it was like, I mean, it's still high. It's still costing significantly more than what it would normally cost.
Did it cost as much as it would to make the movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we're good. So for a premium movie, which all new releases and stuff are considered in Disney movies and stuff like that, for up to 20 people, it was $2.99. So that's what, $15 a person? So if you've got 10 buddies or whatever that want to go see a movie, you can rent the entire theater and have a private showing for about the same cost as it would normally cost you to go see a movie.
Yeah, I don't have 10 friends.
But if you really don't like to be around people,
I don't like to be around people.
The only snag is, though, it has to be, they have specific windows and it's outside core hours. So we are going to see Ghostbusters, and it's going to be on December 5th, but it's at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that's not a big deal.
No, that was the latest they could do it. I think it was like you could have 9:30, 9:45, or 10 o'clock were the showings during like regular days, and then I think there's a little more flexibility during weekdays, but I have to work. I'm not taking a day off to see the movie.
Well, Uncle Ron, that was a little harsh. Is it as safe as being in the cast of Rust?
What's Rust?
The movie Rust?
I've never seen the movie Rust.
With they're filming it. One of the Baldwin brothers.
Oh, yikes! Oh, okay. That I hate to call Uncle Ron anything, but I think that's too soon.
Yeah, it's a little soon on that one.
Yeah. Only thing, yeah, that's where we're at with it as well. That's why we've opted to go this route. So I do have some coworkers that are people that I would generally be exposed to anyways that are going to attend with us. But they're people that will respect the social distancing that we're going to require. So we'll sit in the middle of the theater and they can all just sit on the outskirts. But yeah, I thought, and if you have an older movie you want to watch, whatever, I think it was like $200 for the same number of people. So it's not terrible. It was within the range. I said if it's less than this much, we'll do it, thinking I would not have to actually do it, and then had to put my money where my mouth was. I don't think anybody in chat has actually seen it yet.
I don't understand why I haven't written a macro for this.
Too much effort. The new the new Ghostbusters is also demonstrating how large the gap is between critics and audiences. Because like it's sitting at 62%, 62% based on critics, and 96% based on audience. So apparently there are a lot of people, like critic-wise, that were upset that they didn't continue the 2016 reboot that they did, and that they've done this other movie instead. So I guess there might have been some politicalness from that as well. And if there's one thing we like discussing on this channel, it's politics.
Oh, I love talking about politics.
Yeah.
All right, where's my duet experts at? Before I crash the head into the bed on this thing and
like that's still going to happen, but we're trying to do things in the proper order of operations.
I have a file in here that I have created. At least I think I created it. An M48, and that particular file, it's M48.g. That runs an M291 probe will be tested 10 times in return. Mean and standard deviation, okay or cancel. Warning, S3. User must click OK to cancel. And then it runs a G28, an M401. Yeah, this can't be it because it's only probing at X0, Y0. Yeah, that can't be it. All right, ignore everything I just said in the last like 20 seconds. James Glenn requesting to post a Twitter link. You can post whatever you want. I mean, as long as it's family friendly. I don't like promoting things has never bothered me. It's the way that the community gets bigger. I think about when I was just a young buck here on the YouTubes, and people would allow me to post the links to my channel or mention my channel or whatever. Like it was awesome. So no, I've never, and then this guy James came along and he was so tiny. He had such a tiny little channel and nobody knew who he was.
How's that going now?
Now he's whooping my butt.
I mean, the growth of my main channel has now basically like it's down to like a third of what it was for a while, but that's what it is.
Bed, is it in the bed G? Is it in the bed G?
I don't know. Is it in the benchy?
Bedg, bed.g. I think it is. G32 generated, blah, blah, blah. No. Yep. Probe near. Yep. That's it. Mystery is solved. All right. So the bed G, which is called to perform automatic bed compensation via G32, which is probably why I've never written a macro for it because it's already in there. But I have to figure out a way to remind myself that's what it is because I have to go looking for that every time. Or maybe if I just start using the printer more often. Mark said, what slicer are you using? Oh, you retracted it. Come on. What slicer am I using? I am using slicer. I'm using Prusa slicer. Why can't I talk today? Prusa slicer. And speaking of slice engineering, sometime back, they gave me, I seen those guys at Maker Faire this weekend. Dan wasn't there. It was it's just some of the younger guys. But they gave me a Magnum hot end to put on this thing, and I really want to do it. I just haven't. On the dashboard, there's a button for G32 end mesh options. I'm thinking that is absolutely correct, Mr. Mitch, and that's why I never wrote a macro for it.
Because you could already do it at the touch of a button.
Because you can just do it, but get it, do it, duet.
Just duet.
But wherefore art thou button?
Do you know what I saw this week that would get you happy?
It's under compensation and calibration.
Glenn, do you know what I saw this actually yesterday that'll make you happy?
What's that?
Second, I'm going to send it to you on Twitter.
Oh, is this a secret nobody else can know?
I just want to see your reaction when you see it.
Oh.
I'll be looking at your face. Oh, that's my other Twitter. I have two Twitters, by the way, everybody. So if you're interested in the retro computer stuff, I've got a separate Twitter. I'm trying to somewhat keep them separate.
I also have two Twitters.
You're always twitting about something.
That's just the two that I'm willing to tell you about.
Oh, did I sign?
Ron said, so you need a macro to run the existing. Okay, so in my defense, in fact, let me do a little screen sharing.
There, I just sent it to you.
I got a twit first.
You're gonna get real excited. Pretty sure.
Sweet.
Right?
Sweet. When's it coming out?
It just says coming soon. I'm assuming Christmas Day.
Yeah, but nobody knows. Nobody has the same definition as soon.
Well, okay, so this is the thing. You probably saw Disney just announced all their new Marvel content and stuff, and all these new series they're doing, and a couple of the new movies and stuff like that on Disney Plus Day or whatever. I think it was last week. And one of the ones I'm excited about is this. There's a comic book series called Marvel Zombies. And it's basically what happens if the superheroes in the Marvel universe end up getting infected with a zombie virus, like any of the other zombie movies. So they announced they're doing a TV series based on that. And it just says coming soon. But then I'm looking at other ones, and some of them had coming January 2022 or coming June 2022 or whatever on them. And I'm like, okay, so what does coming soon mean? Because June of next year doesn't feel like coming soon to me.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess it's soon compared to in 10,000 years.
That's true. Yes. Time is relative.
All right. Uncle Ron talked me into it. He said, I'm serious. It'll remind you what to do. Make the macro.
He's twisting your arm.
All right. So new file, and we're going to call this Auto Tram. And the only thing that's going to be in there is G32. It's like having a shortcut to a shortcut inside of the folder where the file is already.
Just make a shortcut that points at itself. Recursion.
All right. So now if I go to the dashboard, I now have an Auto Tram macro. I should have named it, instead of naming it Auto Tram, I should have said it's under compensation and calibration, you idiot. All right, so I'm going to push the button. Oh, I should probably get that benchy off of there.
It's probably not a great idea. It's not a great idea to have it there during this, but
No, it could be fun. Who knows?
so I finished the design work that I'd earmarked for today, pretty quickly.
Yeah, that took you a long time.
Yeah. I will hopefully by next week have things set up again for streaming from the basement. We've done a lot of cleaning and organization and stuff down there. And it's set up for filming, but filming and editing are two different beasts.
Yeah.
I actually just ended up buying a second Yeti mic. I got the new Yeti Nano so that I can have it as a portable put wherever one, because my other one is attached to the desk and I lost the original stand for it.
Well, I went back to the lapel this week, which I meant to ask you guys how my audio was.
I mean, it's no worse than usual.
Good. Because these mics, I filmed that video for the Sunlu dryer, and I hate not necessarily the way it sounded, but every time I moved on the bench, it did like a ringing whoa through the microphones, and I'm like, yeah, this sucks. So back to the lapel. All right, I should probably flip this so you guys can see more of the FK-1 and less of me. So what it's doing right now, it's actually probing at each of the corners of the bed. And then it's going to use the independent Z motors to actually level the whole entire Z. I don't know if there's anybody in here that hasn't seen this. I mean, I'm pretty proud of this. It does it 3 times. It gets fairly accurate, like 1/10 of a millimeter. But see how it's kind of slow. Like it could just go zinging down there. Like just give it all the onions. And I still want to replace all the 3D printed cable chains with actual store-bought cable chains.
That's fair.
The 3D printed ones they're a little saggy. I mean, I tried to make as much of that thing 3D printed as possible, but it's got its limitations. So, but it's going to actually do this 3 times, each corner 3 times, level it out. And it's really fun to show off. And I'm 99% sure next year at Orlando Maker Faire, it's going to be there. But I like to knock it out pretty good so that when it does it, you can actually see it level out. It's fun. So Maker Faire was great. Now that this is doing its own thing. Okay, so lead screw adjustments made. Oh, it popped out too fast. Let me get back to, if I can remember where I go for that. Okay, so lead screw adjustments made 0.017, 0.012, and 0.004. So super microscopic. That's awesome. But yeah, Orlando Maker Faire was great. They were a little bit shy on exhibitors. I guess there was about 100 exhibitors short this year versus previous years. But the crowds were still good. There was a lot of art type stuff. Not that art isn't making, but it was more art than anything else, I think. And then the whole center section of the main building was all Robot Ruckus, which would be their version of BattleBots. And for those of you who didn't see, I took a picture with Kraken and tweeted it out to Mitch and told Mitch, this is my new favorite BattleBot, being that Sub-Zero didn't show up to Orlando Maker Faire. I was gonna find one of the the owners and like take a picture, like handing over a Fun King 3D sticker, like I was doing a sponsorship, handshake and a sticker, but it was just as much fun. And Kraken was the only one I could get into at the moment where there wasn't people standing around, um, but it was good. It was a good show. Uncle Ron asked if I seen the airplane car. Yes, I can't remember what was the back of the car. It was the fuselage of a jumbo jet welded onto a car. It was the craziest thing, but it was good. Andrew and Andrew from 3D Gloop, available at 3dgloop.com, were there, and I kind of home based their table. Like that's just kind of where we kept crashing, and I don't know, it was good. We had a good time. Chris Lane showed up on Saturday. Uncle Ron was only there on Saturday. Poppy Ron was there with him. Happy Ron did not show up, which is kind of a bummer because that's the only time I see him, even though he only lives like 35 minutes away. Josh Alien 3D was there, again, only on Saturday and only for a few hours. Delta Maker was there. Oh, I wish Xander was here. I don't want to tell this story until he's in the room. Or maybe I'll tell the story and then I'll ask him about it when he gets back. Okay, so full on disclaimer. I don't make fun of people. Okay, that's a lie. I love to make fun of people. So I'm standing at the Delta Maker table, and we're chit-chatting, and this guy comes up and he goes, does this printer print the R2D2s? And he goes, yeah. It'll do the full R2D. And he's like, does it come with software? Can I print as many R2D2s as I want? And I kid you not, he was comic book guy from The Simpsons. And I about wet myself as I was standing there. I finally had to say to him, I'll catch back up to you later. The guy was so excited about the printer that it could print an R2D2. And if you're out there listening, good on you, man. Good on you. Glad you're excited for 3D printing. But Sean, I come in right at the start. Yeah, so then on Sunday, we're back over at the Delta Maker booth, and I'm telling them, about the fact that when that guy walked up, like I was laughing about it, and I said I had to walk away. I really thought I was going to wet myself, and so we're laughing about it, and all of a sudden Xander walks over and he goes, "Does that printer print the R2D2?" Oh, it was good. Mitch said a Delta Maker can in fact print an R2D2, and yes, it can, and it comes with all the software. It was good. It was really a good time. We spent both days there. The whole day. We were there the whole day, both days. And what I love about that, if you're going to any type of a maker fair or an event like that, and if it's multiple day and you can swing both days, do like I do and go for both days, and don't hurry. Like if I get into a building and it's like super busy and I can't get in to see stuff, I just pass it up and come back around later. Like we physically walked that show probably 10 times and seen something different every time we walked it. So support your maker fairs. There aren't many left.
I don't have one to support.
Yeah, well, and then I was there's some ladies that I know that they had a chocolate company, and unfortunately because of COVID, stupid COVID, they ended up having to close up shop. I think they said a year ago, August. And it makes me very sad because not that I partake in eating the chocolate because, the whole diabetes thing, but It was fantastic chocolate, and the ladies are wonderful, wonderful ladies. Love chit chatting with them and stuff. But I was telling them that that I was always so impressed with the organization of Orlando Maker Faire. The show just and I'm sure that there's probably issues that they deal with, but as an exhibitor or as an attendee, you don't see it. Like things they just work. They just do a really great job with the show. And I was saying, like, I was so much more impressed with Orlando Maker Faire than I was New York Maker Faire. And I said, I'd only been in 17, and I said, I'll probably never go back to another New York Maker Faire. And little did I know.
It was out of your control at that point anyways.
Stupid COVID.
Took away that one thing that I was never going to do again anyways. So rude.
Ontario Maker Faire is a guy in the middle of a field whittling a stick.
You'll rue the day.
But it was good. So then let's talk about farts, because with Orlando Maker Faire comes farts. And for those of you who don't know what farts is, that is the Florida area Rep Rap talking supper. It was originally the Florida area Rep Rap trade show, but we just what we do is on Saturday night of Orlando Maker Faire, we all go and meet at the Golden Corral. Do you guys have Golden Corral, James?
Maybe. I've never been to one. Not certainly there isn't one around me anyways.
Okay, but you know what it is? It's a buffet.
It's a buffet. Got it.
Yeah. So the original farts, well, the first couple years we did it, there's a Golden Corral just like a few miles up the road from the fairgrounds. And unfortunately, that one has been closed permanently. So we ended up having to drive like 25 minutes down into probably one of the busiest areas of Orlando, which is known as International Drive. You don't know what that is, Google it. It's where everything is. Like Universal's water park is down there. Universal Studios is right there. It's the tourist area. All kinds of t-shirt shops and all that stuff. So super, super stupid busy. And we end up at a Golden Corral down there. Now, again, the original farts, as we were leaving and heading to the hotel, we're driving down the road and I'm bawling laughing. And my wife goes, "What?" And I said, Golden Corral, you go for the farts and you leave with the So, but there was 14 of us, I think, this year. Let me count. Yeah, 14. Somebody correct me. Somebody that was there, correct me if I was wrong. But 14, good turnout. But
14 little farts.
What's that?
14 little farts.
Yep, 14.
Wait, 14
no,
farters. 14
yeah, there's
farters.
no little farts that comes from
Golden
Corral. And that's the first time I've been to a Golden Corral since before the pandemic. And I was kind of afraid of what was going to happen. Chris Lane said, "I can't count. Don't ask me." Yeah, Chris was there. But Felipe and his two boys were there. By 7 on Twitter, if you guys don't know who that is. He's been on the show with us before. In fact, I got a picture with Daniel. You guys remember Daniel, right? He was he about broke the internet one time. But so there's the two Andrews from 3D Gloop, which is funny that they're both Andrews, but and I affectionately refer to them as Little Andrew and Big Andrew, because one Andrew is bigger than the other Andrew. It's just the way it is. That's how I have them saved in my phone. It's affectionate. But so I go back to the bar to get more food, and here's Little Andrew standing with one of them little bowls with the ice cream in it, and he's like, "So are ice cream toppings not a thing anymore?" And I'm like, oh, no, you're not allowed to have those because of COVID. So just kind of the way the conversation took place, you could tell he was really bummed. There was no toppings for the ice cream. So the next morning at the hotel, we stayed at a Hampton Inn because that's my gig. I like the Hamptons. And on the bar for the waffles, they have sprinkles, mini chocolate chips, and cookie crumbles. So I get a cup and I put some in the bottom of a cup, and I ended up pouring it into a Ziploc bag that my vitamins were in. And I I show up on Sunday and I get over to the 3D glute booth, and I'm talking to Big Andrew, and Little Andrew finally meanders over, and I went, "Hey, come here." And I'm like, I don't want anybody to see this. And I reach down in my pocket and I pull out the bag and I kind of slide it to him. And he looks at it and he goes, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Toppings for your ice cream." So then his girlfriend goes, "Did you go out and buy those?" And I'm like, "No, they were on the buffet. They were on the breakfast buffet." Oh, I thought about putting some like chocolate syrup in the little baggie and everything, but I didn't want it to leak in my pocket. It was already melting. Oh, it was a good time. I love messing with those guys. We hang out like every event. We always hang out at some point, and we get along really well. I kind of get along with everybody, so that's a given.
Except me.
What's that?
Except me.
Oh, right. Yeah, I can't.
You're prejudiced against Canadians.
Yeah. Oh, God, that stupid Maple Leaf. I don't mean it.
He does mean
Nothing against the Maple Leaf.
Hondo P.
But like, so I mess with those guys every time. IRF, I put the police tape across their booth, and then replaced their sign on the table that said, like reserved for 3D Gloop. I put the Fun in the Country Basement one over the top of it. Like, yeah. I love to mess with those guys. But we have a couple ideas for some collaborations coming up. And then they're going to put me on a list for testing stuff that I can't tell you guys about, which is always fun. I love knowing things that other people don't know about. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. Show 'em from a Skewed View 3D was there. He was actually in the booth next to the glute booth. Everybody got like extra space because they were shy on exhibitors, so everybody had like a nice big area. I'm almost bummed I didn't exhibit this year, but yeah, it was a good time. So
I got pretty heavily involved in automation in Minecraft this week. And since my design stuff didn't take nearly as long, I'm just going to show off some of the stuff that I've been playing with, but just by recreating it while we're chatting, because that's the cool way to do it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Nope, not yet.
What's the FK-1 doing now? Like, what's your grandiose plan for?
Well, right now it's literally just sitting there, but well, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to go over and send the slice file over here. Again, I'm not letting the cat out of the bag when I'm printing. I'm printing it for somebody else. It will be seen. And it's like 2 days. It's a 2-day print with no battery backup, which scares the living crap out of me, but right now I'm going to heat up the tool because I have some red Jesse PLA in there, and I'm going to swap it over to some blue Jesse PLA. Oh,
makes sense to me.
I got that too. Dave's not here though. Dave's not here. Where's Dave?
He said he had enough of you. I don't know what you said to him, but
Yeah, but he's always here when I open the Jesse box.
you're gonna have to wait.
Hey, Glenn, was that thunder I hear in the background there? No, might
Thunder,
just be the
hear
leftovers from
thunder.
Golden Corral.
Oh my!
Oh, I get what the joke is because you know, two-day print, no battery backup.
I finally got battery backup. I haven't actually installed it yet, but I do own it. So I think the next
I
time I do,
technically got one. I had it on the FK-1 for like maybe a week, and then had to give it to Xander because his new computer was too powerful for the battery backup I had on it. Uncle Rollins goes 2 days, the longest print on the FK-1. It will be, yeah. It will be the first. This is the first time that I've had a print run overnight.
assuming it makes it.
I'm nervous. I mean, that looks like the farm I built, except for I built it too, like double-sided.
Oh, the actual one that I have in the actual server I've been playing on is full size. Just didn't feel like it was necessary for
Yeah.
the demo in super flatland that's full of freaking slimes. Are they called slimes in Minecraft? I know some games they call them oozes.
Yeah, slime.
He slimed me. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, Zach comes to me every Sunday before the stream and he's like, playing Minecraft? Because he wants to play next time we play. Should we plan that next week? We'll just warn everybody now that that's what we're going to do next week.
Yeah, sure. That works.
Because Zach really wants in on that.
Okay, so you've already built a farm like this one before then.
Yep.
This isn't new to you.
No, I like farms. I like farms a lot. Anything that I can automate, I do because I'm lazy.
That's where I'm at with it. Well, that didn't work out the way I hoped it would.
Yes, Mr. James is playing Minecraft, but oh. Are you on camera? Can people see you? I guess I can.
Minecraft.
Your craft?
You know, I can print those full size now. I can print that full size.
Ooh.
All right, so I no, you can't see me. Stupid. God, you think it's my first day on YouTube. So part of this, you're going to be looking at the back of my head. You can see my baldness all the way back here. I'm using the Sunlu filament dryer that they were kind enough to send me. No endorsement yet because I haven't used it enough to really know if it works, but I'm actually just using it as a spool holder right now. I think it was Mitch that said something in a comment on my YouTube video about the dryer, the bearings or the rollers crapping out in it. These rollers in this one are metal. So hopefully that's a better design than the original one. I don't know. I never used the original one. I will say that that Sunlu wasn't really excited about my video. They said it was kind of short. And I said, because you didn't give me enough time to test it, I don't do reviews for money. Like, all right, I said, I don't do paid reviews. I said, I will release an updated review once I've had a chance to use it.
So the way this farm works is that all the things on top are called observers, and they basically just watch the block in front of them. And when the block in front of them changes, they fart out a little energy that will trigger other machines. So if I build this one up, see, it then triggers these pistons that punch everything, and then most, obviously not all, of whatever it breaks free should end up flowing into the water and into this chest. And that's pretty much it. So I've built a bunch of automation machines for this. Have you ever seen the automated machine for farming iron?
where you generate the iron golem and then kill them.
Yes.
Yeah, I have one of those running in a test world.
Yep.
It works really well.
I'm actually gonna drop out of here because I do have one of those pre-built and it's more complicated. I don't feel like trying to stumble
the hard part on that one is getting the mob and getting them trapped near the villagers.
So I'm gonna game mode myself into creative so I can fly around a bit.
You know, that game would be so much easier if you could lead the villagers around with a lead.
Yeah, you can actually get them into a boat and then you can drive the boat on land.
Yeah.
So
but you can't drive the boat up steps.
It'd take me a second to fix it because every time somebody logs off or like leaves it offline, it sorry. Every time there's nobody on the server, the water from here ends up flowing out and causing issues. So I just have to replace the redstone to get it pumping again. I'd seen designs online for other ones, and we had issues with them becoming unresponsive over time because it's almost like the villagers get used to the zombie being there. So I modified it so that it's constantly breaking and reestablishing vision, so they're in a constant state of terror, which makes the guy spawn more reliably.
I'm going to step off camera for just a second. I'll be able to still hear you and talk to you, but I'm going to go to the other computer, which is where the slicer is, and get that file sliced up.
Gotcha. Okay, so this whole thing is based on torturing villagers and murdering innocent golems. So I think if we just leave it here, not too long, a golem will spawn up here, and then you'll get to see the whole thing in action.
Sliced it for the wrong filament.
Well, that'll teach you. Here's the golem. He just gets water moved along and then falls into the lava pit. He burns to death there. And then these things here collect anything that drops from him. And whenever he dies, he drops, 2 to 4 iron. And then they get shoveled along here, and then there they go. Then all that stuff falls down and ends up in this chest here, which is just full of iron and then condensed iron, which is now in iron blocks. So there's that. This one here is the larger version of the sugarcane machine. Then on the opposite side, I think I set it up for bamboo. Yeah. And got some bamboo collected there, and then the farming is also automated. All this stuff is really just about abusing the villagers in this game. There were problems with the zombies despawning. So in my case, I put a name tag on them, and since I put a name tag on him, he has not despawned. So you just create a name tag, go to a anvil, and give it an actual name on the name tag, and then attach that to the zombie, and he has stayed ever since. So
Mark needs to pay attention to the stream and stop tweeting.
Why, you got a bunch of tweets from him?
No, I just see that he replied to Loyal Moses a minute or so ago.
Oh, I see. He's being unfaithful is what you're saying.
He should only have eyes for us.
True. So the automated farming, when you have a villager that's a farmer, he will automatically try and give goods to other villagers. So he's farming for the whole country. So the way this works is we've got a second villager trapped over here, and so they can't walk and make direct contact. So he will then try and throw something to this guy, and right underneath we've got basically what acts like a funnel. So anything he tries to throw the other guy ends up getting sucked up through here, and then gets dropped into this chest. So we've got just a few carrots, and same process for the potatoes over here.
So kind of off that topic, but I get asked a lot how long it takes to heat the bed on the FK-1. I just clicked it in to go to 60 like just 30 seconds ago. So I'll let
What's
you
it
know
up
when
to?
it hits it.
Okay. And then the other one is this Pulp Farm. It works the same way as the other ones, except for the entire thing's underwater. But then instead of just having it like collect and drop through, I've actually got it set up here so that it comes through. If I break this block down here, there's a furnace here, and this furnace automatically dries out the kelp that's collected. And then underneath here, let's see, where is it? Underneath here, there's a cart system that runs around.
That's my preferred method of collection.
Yes, for getting stuff moved to wherever you're actually going to use it, right?
Yeah, I just hate like you hear it.
Yeah, I usually play with the game muted if I'm not lying, if I'm being honest. So then the cart system brings it down into the farmhouse that's down here, and deposits it into here. So then it can be processed and used for fuel for the forges and stuff.
Yeah, I built a massive item sorter.
That was supposed to be last night's challenge because I've never built one before, but I know the general concept behind it.
And I built it like to sort everything I could think of, and then the 117 update dropped, and we generated a new world. So supposedly, and I haven't looked into it, but supposedly there's a command that you can run that will regenerate all of the chunks that you're not in. I forget the way that Xander was telling me about it. Because like when you do updates, if you've already gone and visited chunk, I mean, like we've explored long distances, so then those don't get the updates. Any idea what I'm talking about?
I get what you're like. I've never seen it, but I understand the general concept of what you're saying.
Because you think about these YouTubers that, you know, the Minecraft YouTubers, they've been playing in the same world for 7 years or whatever, but they have the newest. Might have been Zach that was telling me about it. I don't know.
I'm in the Twilight Forest now. It's too scary, so I'm going to go back. That's pretty much it. Torture villagers for iron. Torture other villagers for potatoes and carrots.
Tony said I'm playing a world named Dang It because I spawned on an island next to a guardian temple. Makes it real hard to mine stuff.
Oh, we've been there. You keep getting the mining fatigue.
All right, that bed is now just hit 50.
So it takes a while.
Well, it's been 3 minutes, and we're almost there. I mean, it's a big bed. I didn't look to see what the temperature, the ambient temperature in the room was. I mean, it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that works out to be.
It's 80 Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
That's 26.6 degrees Celsius. That's a little toasty.
That's a little what?
It's a little toasty.
Yeah, I keep it on 80 up here because I'm cheap.
It's currently like 60 degrees Fahrenheit in our house. Although the basement's warmer than the rest of the house because I've got a Dell server with 30 mechanical hard drives in it in the laundry room. So
what's your outside temperature?
Let me see. It's got to be pretty close to freezing, I would think. It's 4 degrees Celsius, which is 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
I'm sorry, what in Fahrenheit?
39.2.
That's nice.
We
right now here it's 79 degrees Fahrenheit.
I made a big roaring fire for Kayleen, so we have a fire pit out and back. So got a good fire going. Set up her hammock next to it so she could just hang out outside all afternoon, and She had some naps.
That's nice.
Now she looks pretty tired.
I spent the whole day putting up Christmas lights. It's pretty much just extension cords left. I think that's all I got left to do. One network cable, but I got to get the computer set up first, and then just extension cords. So I have 4 speakers that look like rocks, or they say that they're supposed to look like rocks. They don't really look like rocks, but it's, you get the drift, right?
Yep.
So the gist. But then I have to run speaker wire across the yard. But I also broadcast on an FM radio station. So this year I'm thinking about picking up a couple of like FM radio boom boxes and just putting them out like in a tub so they're waterproof and just let them play off the FM radio, and then I don't have to run speaker wire.
That makes sense.
I thought it was kind of a genius idea, and I'm not sure why I didn't think about it 5 years ago.
I hate to give you credit for anything, but
And we hit 60 degrees. So about 6 minutes to get to 60 degrees Celsius.
oh, if you're on a Prusa, the print would be done by now.
Yeah, but Prusa is tiny.
Uncle Ron watched a video earlier of a Minecraft server being set up on a cluster of pies.
On a cluster of pies?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I don't know if it was a news article or a video I watched, but the guy built a pie cluster and it cost him like $5,000.
I haven't watched it yet, but it is in my list of things to watch.
I'm very nervous about this. Here we go.
Here we go. Satellite radio.
Gotta get my nozzle brush. I haven't I haven't made one built in yet.
Good luck. I hope you don't fail.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope I don't fail either. I mean, one, because the person in which I'm printing this for needs it. And when I say needs it, I mean needs it for a YouTube's video. They don't need it to survive.
Oh.
I could have printed this print. It would have fit on the CR10S Pro, but I haven't played with that thing enough to get it. The first layer dialed in, it's just not right. I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't cared enough to really play with it. And so then the discussion came, well, really, you should just print it on the FK-1 because people don't think it works.
This is going to prove them right or wrong.
It took a while to prime, but it's laying down the skirt. Can you guys even see? I guess not.
Yeah, this doesn't confirm anything works.
No, it just confirms that it moves and that it drags filament around. Well, I mean, it's printed the benchy. It printed this benchy. This benchy. Well, we're into it now. That is 2 days, 18 hours, 24 minutes. And so in real life, probably 4 days.
So the other day we're playing, and a couple of my friends are like, "Why is the server lagging?" I'm like, well, I don't know. That's weird. But I did know why the server was lagging, and it's because I had done this. I'm gonna recreate it real quick so everybody can have a laugh out of it. Isn't creative mode just so much less stress? So here, and then I did like this.
Should I adjust the camera closer? Like, would people rather see up close?
I'm gonna assume yes.
I'll tell you right now, this print is approximately 300 millimeters wide. So it's not going to use the whole bed, but it's going to use a good chunk. Well, in fact, it's going to use 1/4 because it's a 1200 millimeter bed. I have a vote for yes.
So the reason the server started to lag is because I was doing this.
Oh.
As you can see, it was quite effective. So they were all talking because everybody was trying to mine down to diamond level, right? And I'm like, you guys are chumps. You're doing it wrong. You just do this. Watch how quickly I'll get down to diamond level. So then I go dropping down to here. I'm like, oh, we didn't find any diamonds. There's no diamonds here. Guess we'll keep going.
Alan said a bit closer would be nice. I'll go for a ride. I really got to get this area cleaned up. I got so much junk just sitting around. Hey, look, you can actually see filaments. Yeah, I totally think it could print faster than this.
Why risk it? Who has the time?
Yeah, no, I don't mean like right now. I mean overall in life.
At some point.
Oh, I gotta fix the focus on that. I hate autofocus.
Okay, I think that's it for Minecraft for today. I just wanted to show off some of the machinery stuff. And then let's do a do 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 do. Steven, the Lightspeed 3D is here. How's it going?
That's better now. It doesn't have that weird autofocus thing going on. So I don't know if anybody. Well, first of all, I don't know if any of y'all actually watched my video about my Sunlu dryer, but I had to throw a little dig in the description about how it comes with a touchscreen and doesn't even require a stylus.
That's a dig at Robo, right?
Yeah, from Joel's video. Is that what 2019?
I don't remember. Older than that, I think.
Wasn't it like it's 2019? I shouldn't need a stylus. Nadav said I need to install Clipper on it and do all the pressure advanced tuning. Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. Well, I'll tell you, I absolutely love the Duet hardware. And not just because they were kind enough to send me one for this build, but I hate supports. Can I just say that right now? I just hate supports.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it's printing right now is supports. And it's like 50% of this print. The FK-1 is not Core XY. It is Core FK. I think the closest thing that I could determine that it was like was it the H-bot? Does that sound familiar? H-bot? But it is not Core Core XY. It has a single stepper for each direction, other than Z. Z has 4 steppers.
Well, it does have a massive bed to lift.
No bed liftings.
I mean, a massive gantry
Carriage.
carriage. It's got a massive carriage to lift.
Yeah, but it's really funny because when I first put that thing together, before I had any motors on it where I could just like move it around, it's really not that heavy. Like I have a video of me just like doing this with it, just making sure everything was smooth. Now, I would say the biggest problem that I have had with this thing is the wiring harness. And since I changed out that piece of cable chain on the Y to store-bought versus 3D printed, knock on wood, there hasn't been any more problems. But do I have my benchy in here or my makey?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah. So this was one of the makeys that failed due to wiring issues. And then I have the other one that was the makey that failed that I won the poop trophy, the crappiest print award. Ah, 22 years and me and my job separated. Wow. I mean, wow, I can't imagine staying at any job for 22 years. I've been at my current job for 6 years, and it's like, that's a record for me. Oh, well, I mean, I guess that's it. It's running. Come back in 2 days to see what it does. Chris Lane said I was laid off last March after 19 years. It is definitely a changing time. Fast food's paying $13 to $15 an hour locally, which is crazy for fast food. Won't be long and a Big Mac's going to be $9. Oh wait, it already is. If things don't work out, I'm relocating to Canada. I don't think Canada's taken anybody. I don't think they.
The border's open again, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think they're accepting anybody to come be a resident. They're like, nope, we don't want you. Take off, you hoser. Uncle Ron said I've been at my company 23, going on 24 in 2 months. 4 years to go. Yeah, you keep saying that. Uncle Ron's got to retire and move to Florida so we can start some kind of a business.
They gave me severance for a year and made me agree to not compete for a year. I'm going nuts.
No way.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I guess if the severance was equal, and you don't have to tell us, I'm not prying. If the severance was equal to a year of pay, then yeah, I'd be good with that. But if it's not equal to a year of pay, then nope. You have to pledge allegiance to the Maple Leaf. Well, I guess I'm not going to Canada. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we all know your opinion on the Maple Leaf, Glenn.
I love the Maple Leaf. I think it is the greatest symbol ever used.
Well, that's a new speech on your part because that's not what you were saying before.
Shut up! I told you that in confidence. There's got to be a story behind why Canada chose the Maple Leaf. Is it just because the syrup's so darn good?
Could be. I'll tell you what. I'll go Google it quickly because I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, because
it's probably gonna end up being because it's so prevalent over here.
Yeah, because there's so many of them.
Yeah. Why the maple leaf? Well, the design of the flag was new. It featured a familiar symbol with a long history of use in Canada. The maple leaf emerged in the 19th century as a symbol of Canadian identity, and it was everywhere in pop culture, books, songs, coins, badges, banners, and many other items. So it literally just does come down to it. Sounds like
somebody just picked it.
yeah. There's lots of it here, so we said, well, that's pretty good.
People were tired of raking them, so they were like, "We'll make it the national symbol. That way, it's protected, and we don't have to rake them up."
Yeah, that and mosquitoes.
How many leaves make maple syrup? I can't talk today. I guess that that jar to the head I took earlier really affected me. The maple leaf was close enough to the cannabis leaf. So I guess I should fill you guys in on what's going on with the truck project. Because I haven't talked about it at all in 2 streams. Not much. That's what's happened. Because I've been working on Christmas lights. I've worked on just a little tiny bit. I did spend some time in the garage last night, but I was hooking up a new light over my bench. Not really anything truck related. I took a trip down to Orlando on Friday afternoon, which is the best time to go to Orlando. Friday afternoon at traffic hour, greatest time to go into that crap hole of a city. No offense to anybody that loves Orlando, the city beautiful. Glenn Hogue finally made it back. Greetings from Alabama. Hello, Glenn Hogue. But I took my drive shaft down to have it shortened, dropped it off at the drive shaft shop. And, I'm a pot stirrer. I can't leave things alone. So I bring in, they were nice enough to help me unload it out of the Nissan Maxima, a 9-foot long drive shaft in the Nissan, but it's good. And so I said to the kid, there was 2 young kids and the owner of the company. And I look at the one young kid and I said, now this will give me better mileage, right? I'll get better mile per gallon. And he kind of looked at me weird. And I said, well, I heard, from shortening it because it makes it lighter, I'll get better mileage. And I kind of glanced over at the owner and he knew what I was doing. And the kid's like, I don't think I've ever heard that.
You're a troll.
I know. I'm always causing a hassle. I learned it from my dad. Maybe I should have wiped that bed down. I see a couple pieces sticking up over there, but I got problems. I know I should just leave it alone for right now, but
I'd blame whoever designed that printer.
I blame the guy for not wiping the bed down before. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of an adhesion problem.
Are you just gonna let it continue, or are you gonna stop it and restart it?
Well, it's just supports at this point, so.
You're hoping it'll recover.
See how bad it really is.
Are you printing this for a mutual friend?
Yeah. I would tell you, but I don't know if he wants me to. I mean, they want to know. Yeah, I think I better.
Yeah,
it's just pulling off the bed.
It's not instilling me with any confidence in your supports.
No, and where I got 2 days, or I've got 2 days of printing, and then I have to worry about that. We're gonna pause the print. We're gonna cancel the print.
You gotta clean your bed, man.
Yeah, well, see, okay. I don't typically ever clean the bed.
Are you running PLA right now?
Yeah.
You've only run PLA on this, though, right?
No. Well,
you primarily
I've only ever run PLA on this, but it's more than capable of doing.
PET. No. I was saying because I was more concerned about residue on the bed.
Oh yeah, no. But where I haven't used it in so long, I'm sure it's dusty. I should have wiped it down, but like with my Prusa, I print on that thing so much, I don't ever wipe it. It's just always ready to go.
I'm testing a new print surface on my Prusa, and it's been, all the problems I had with PETG and stuff before,
Right.
they don't happen on this bed.
Awesome.
I've done a bunch of PLA prints, then I switched to PETG, and the PETG stuck just as well.
We'll have to share notes because I have a company that's sending me a bed for my Prusa.
It's probably the same one. Is their name 4 letters?
Yes.
Yep.
Of course. Neither one of us can ever have something the other one doesn't have.
Yeah.
Hairspray.
What do you think of
I have to ban Lester for 600 seconds for saying hairspray.
Have you read about any of the features and stuff that they've incorporated into it?
Nope.
Well,
I don't typically like to research something before I try it. I like to be completely blind going in so that I know that, everybody could do it.
So what and I don't know if they actually even have a retail box that they'll ship the stuff in, but what they sent me was literally just the print surface in a padded envelope.
Okay.
So I at least contacted them. I was like, is there any special care instructions? Like, some people recommend if you're going to be printing PETG, you should put down some glue stick beforehand to act as a barrier so you don't rip the thing off. And they're like, nope, just in between prints, the same as you should do with any other ones. Give it a quick wipe with isopropyl alcohol, and that's it.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time that I've used glue stick either. Like way back when I first started, because I didn't really know what I was doing. So like I'd put down the blue tape, I'd glue, all that stuff. I never went as far as hairspray because I just can't bring myself to going in to buy it. Uncle Ron said Magic Goo. Magic Goo, I've used that a few times and it worked pretty well for me. I think I want to I don't know if I should pull that Z down a little closer. Yeah, I may not be getting enough squish. My problem is I can't remember where I can move it that slight. 0.05 is the smallest increment I have, and that's not good. So we go into where are you? I know that I had somewhere where I could adjust that much finer Z movement. There we go. Go down.
My mom sent me a message on Facebook. She needs a bunch of USB sticks, and she's like, "Is this one good?" And it was like one of those like no-name ones off of Amazon. And I was like, "No, let me take a look, and I'll see," because she needs 12 identical sticks, and it's almost impossible to find any that are brand name. It's all Kexon and Rayo and random names. And I've had too many no-name USB sticks just, give up the ghost. So I don't want to point her towards that.
Chris Lane said Glenn can't see buying hair products for any reason. That's unfair. I buy shampoo. I have to get this part clean.
Let's try.
Okay, so I'm going to probably butcher this pronunciation. Is it Earth? Eartha? Eartha? Can we talk about Kenosha? What's up with Kenosha? Do they have a maple leaf in Kenosha? Kenosha's Wisconsin, right? Oh, that's better. The early stuff is so I just didn't have enough squish. Oh, that's right. I was just picking on you. It's no worries. I don't personally like hairspray. My whole thought is you're spraying hairspray around an electronic device, and then it's gonna just get everywhere.
Oh, it'll get sucked into the fans and all. And to be fair, like the printers that I used it on. To be fair, the printers I used it on. When I went to clean them and stuff, you could tell that it had gotten sucked in through like the cooling fan for the hot and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an avenue that I've never chosen to go. This is a PEI sheet. It probably needs a scuffing. I did take some 4/0 steel wool to it at one point just to knock the glaze off of it, which did help bed adhesion. But I don't know if I actually did the whole bed. I might have done just where I was printing at that moment, just to kind of check it before I screwed up a $150 sheet of PEI. AMC vehicles were manufactured in Kenosha long before 3D printing was invented. The good old AMC Pacer. Oh, we got about 8 minutes left. Time seemed to have just... I had so much to talk about, and then, the FK-1 on top of that, but... I don't know what that is. I have to Google that. That's how out of touch I am.
Oh. That's fair. Glenn Hogue owns 6 AMC Pacers. Somebody didn't pace himself.
Like currently you own
in varying states of disrepair. Yeah, I'm assuming that is current.
Have I ever told that story? So we had an AMC Pacer. I don't remember what year it was, but my parents went out and bought it for my oldest sister as her first car. And it became kind of a joke in the family. And then she ended up getting a different car, and it got handed down to my middle sister, who then drove it. And luckily for me, it died long before I ended up having to drive that.
You're like, please explode, please explode.
Yeah, it was. That was not high on my priority list. Now, before I turned 16, I had already owned a handful of automobiles. But the first vehicle that I owned that I was old enough to drive was an 81 Isuzu pickup. And I think I owned that thing for about 6 minutes before I hammered it to the ground, shaved the door handles off of it, just completely lowridered it. No, we still got adhesion issues. No, I'm gonna have to try it one more time. Squish it down a little bit more. Actually, this is all just a big scam. I'm not really actually printing anything.
Yeah, Kayleen is cooking now, and it smells very good. So 6:30.1. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I just completely wiped that. I don't know if you guys watched that, but I just completely wiped that right off the bed. Maybe I'll take that steel wool to it. Give it a little.
A little scuff.
Give it a
I
little.
do, yeah, I do find that that helps for sure. Just a little light. With
Yeah, well, this PEI sheet is like really super shiny.
Yeah, it might need that little extra bit of squish.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be shaking the camera like that.
No, I think we're doing some sort of shrimp tonight, but like teriyaki shrimp.
Teriyaki shrimp.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Surprise, surprise! My wife's bringing home pizza.
From Daddy Gino's.
Little sleazers.
Oh.
So let's talk about Papa John's. Do you know that they're changing the name of the company?
I did not know that.
They are changing it from Papa John's apostrophe S to Papa John's without the apostrophe. So it's no longer owned by Papa John. It's just like the king of all the Johns now, apparently. Which is kind of how I felt about it the whole time, but
switch it to just call it PJ's. Although PJ's is probably already taken.
There's a place locally to me that's PJ Wings.
It's been a long time since we had any takeout wings. Kay's actually been making all of our wings. We got an air fryer and it does a really good job. So
I offered to take Xander to a wing house the other day and he didn't want to go with me. He's like, "What's wing house?" I said, "It's like a Hooters, but with better wings." I don't know if you know what either of those are.
I know what Hooters is. Everybody knows what Hooters is.
I mean Hooters restaurant.
Yeah.
No. Because I'm sure you know what Hooters are.
Oh, Glenn.
Oh, yes. Hey, Xander. Can that printer print an entire R2D2?
Can't print anything. Oh, I thought you were talking about the FK-1.
No, the Delta.
Oh, yes, R2D2.
R2D2. I told that story earlier. I said maybe I shouldn't tell it until Xander gets here.
It also comes with the software.
All right, that might be better bed adhesion. We'll see how that goes. I need to wait until I can. It still feels a little round. Maybe I squish it a little more. Just really just give it all the onions and just squish it right down in there. Be like, so Derek from Vice Grip Garage did an O'Reilly's commercial, O'Reilly's Auto Parts.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It's pretty funny. Yeah. If you look up O'Reilly's their YouTube channel, it's on there. So, and then we were sitting at the table at the Golden's Corral, and little Andrew, we were talking about the different automotive YouTubers that I watch, and he goes, "Oh, like Derek from Vice Grip Garage," and he's got the jacket, he's got the Vice Grip Garage jacket. And I'm like, "Yeah, I know Derek," and he goes, "Wait, you know Derek?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know Derek," and he's like, "Seriously?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh.
I will one day, though. No, I didn't tell him that story. So, all right. So, by show of hands, how many people out there have accidentally bit the inside of your cheek? And
show of hands. Okay.
So Xander bit the inside of his cheek and had a cut inside of his mouth, so he was avoiding like ketchups and stuff. So he goes up and comes back with his first plate of food of nothing more than fries, steak fries, and popcorn shrimp, and they were giving him the Gloop group was giving him such a hard time about his food being all the same color and stuff, and they just wouldn't let off of him. It was a good time. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like it's adhered pretty well, but it still feels very round. I think I might squish it some more. I squished it some more.
I'm squishing your head.
Don't worry, I am only crushing your head. Another Canadian group. My gosh.
That's Kids in the Hall, right?
Yeah.
That show's restarting again on one of the streaming services.
Yeah, but it'll never be the same without Dave Foley.
Everybody's in it.
Oh, all the original cast?
All the original cast is back.
Oh, that is baller.
Which is fantastic because we get to see Mark McKenney from Superstore again.
Yeah.
And he can do the Kermit the Frog voice. The episode when he finds out he's diabetic and it turns out he's been drinking 4 liters of juice a day.
Yeah, but those are natural sugars.
That's a show I wish would come back. I know there's... Oh, yeah, it's 6:30.
6:31.
Yep.
You're late for dinner.
It's true, and I got to go all the way up the stairs. Oh, no, I don't have to go upstairs. I have to go all the way to the kitchen.
You're there. You're already up at the stairs.
I'm already there.
Got anything you want to plug?
I'll have a new movie or a new video out on the Retro channel this week.
A new movie? Wow.
Yeah,
You
James
really are
Cameron
the James
original.
Cameron.
Yep, I'm the James Cameron of the YouTube world, literally. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to my Retro channel, well then, assuming it's your thing. This is the thing. I'm not actively recruiting subscribers.
No, you want people who legitimately want to watch your stuff.
Yes. I will say if anybody is starting to run a YouTube channel, one of the things that I have learned is that you will have a lot of people that may subscribe to you just to support you, but don't actually watch your videos. And,
right, which is not supporting you.
Yeah. I have no complaints. I know that there are a bunch of people that signed up for me and then also ran around and signed up for my channel for every like their parents and their kids and everybody else, every YouTube channel or account they had access to, which made one number jump really quick. But then the actual conversion rate of subscribers versus people that watch your content ends up being a little tilted.
Yeah.
To the point now where I've had videos on my secondary channel with 1/15 the subscribers actually do better than videos released on my main channel. So.
Well, the subscribers for Fun King Garage, none of them watch my videos.
I have not printed a model of the Titanic yet, although it is on my list of things to do because I have a nephew that is really into Titanic. So I got a sinking feeling I'll have to print one soon.
Full scale.
Yep. So I just said I've got a sinking feeling I'll have to print one soon, and I heard from the kitchen, Kaylin go, "Get out."
Yes. So, I have one very important question. And that question would be, what is the difference between a yam fresh out of the oven and a pig that was thrown off of a balcony?
Hold on, I got to think about this for a second. I feel like I should try and get this. Or are you just chomping at the bit to tell me the tagline, or not the punchline? A yam fresh out of the oven, and a pig that's thrown off a balcony.
Mm-hmm.
One's a cooked ham, the other's a dropped yam. I mean, dropped ham, cooked yam.
One's a heated yam, the other one's a yeeted ham.
Look at you using the new words like yeet.
Oh,
that
when I read that on the internet, that tickled my fancy, and of course I had to share it with my kids. Zach, who does not ever appreciate my dad jokes, but So the only thing I really have to promote is I swear there is a video in the queue. I just have not had the time to edit the second half of it. And I've decided that the audio is so bad on it that I'm going to actually reshoot it and just use some of the footage from the original recording as B-roll. But the product itself is really cool. So I want to show it off. Otherwise, if you're looking for a caliper, check out the Rex Betty. And no, it is not sponsored. But if you use the link back there in the description or in the chat, I do get a little tiny kickback from the Amazons. Otherwise, okay, here we go. What do you call a potato that sits very still? Hey, Zach. Zach. Is he up here? Zach? What do you call a potato that sits very still? He ran away. He ran away. You'll have to tell us, Glenn. That's fine. You have to talk loud, though. He can't hear you. James wants to ask you something.
Or no, I want you to ask him.
Oh, you wanted me to ask him?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said that you wanted to ask him.
No, because I already know it is for me. I just want to see what his reaction is.
Oh, okay. Is it pog when I use the term yeet? He got up out of his chair for me to ask him that, and he's like, oh, and he just sits down.
Excellent.
A meditator.
That's
a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to eat some dinner. James is going to eat some dinner. It was from Glenn Hogue, the serial killer. It wasn't even my joke. Oh, everything's buzzing and clicking and so anyway, but that is it. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
This is the point where I say thank you to each and every one of you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you being here. It looks like around about 20 was our high for the evening, which was great. I mean, I even broke out the FK-1 trying to is that your Christmas tree?
It is.
Is that your only Christmas tree?
That's our only Christmas tree. We're not fancy like you.
Wow. My wife put up 4 this year. We have 4 Christmas trees in the house.
We don't have room for 4 Christmas trees. We have just enough room for the one.
Yes, no, she put up 4 this year, and then the stuff outside. As soon as the light show starts, which is actually this coming Friday, will be the night that it goes. I will get a recording of this year's show and get it uploaded, even though I'll get a copyright strike. Don't care. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this print goes well on the FK-1. And
you'll have to take pictures because you probably won't be able to show us next week.
Well, it will be in somebody else's video. So, and I don't know if he'll have it done. I mean, they'll have it done by next week. I don't know when that video is scheduled to come out, but I will make sure that I share that so that everybody can see the FK-1 legitimately prints, unless the power fails. Well, even then I would share it. You know, sometimes failures are just as good as the full outcome. So, but that does bring us to the end of this week. We will see you next week. I don't think there's anything going on. So American Thanksgiving on Thursday, but that shouldn't affect Sunday.
So the only thing that might snag is that, and everything should be fine unless it's slow travel, is we do have to go pick up Kay's mom again.
Okay.
We should be back by 4:30, but if it's snowing, like we're at the point now where we're starting to get spits of snow. So.
All right. Well, let's plan for some Minecraft next week, just because.
Yep.
And maybe we will select one random person out of the audience to join us.
If you would like.
No, we're gonna make them.
Oh.
And they'll be like, I don't even own Minecraft. We'll go buy it. So, yeah, you're fine. Go away. Thanks to each and every one of you. And as always, until next time, print on.
Print on.